Being an older sibling comes with a handful of perks: the right to boss someone around, missing out on old hand-me-downs, and, of course, more smarts. Wait, say what? You heard it here first. Studies show that firstborn children score higher on IQ tests. But if you're not the eldest of your siblings, don't stress. You also boast some pretty impressive features. But when it comes to vocabulary, reading, and atomic wedgies, the oldest siblings win hands down. Whether you have one sibling or 5, you've probably experienced a little bit of healthy competition with them during childhood, and maybe even as adults. But if you're an older sibling, some major bragging rights may be coming your way thanks to a new study from economists at the University of Edinburgh. After assessing around 5,000 children ages 0 to 14 every 2 years, researchers discovered that firstborn kids had better thinking skills compared to their younger siblings. But it isn't because they took up all the smart genes before their younger siblings could get to them. It was discovered that, in general, older siblings receive more attention and mental stimulation from their parents. Why is that? Well, if you think about it, having just one kid to take care of gives a parent more time to help them with tasks and activities versus having 2 or more kids to interact with. Tasks like reading, playing musical instruments, and doing crafts become harder the more children you have. This extensive attention is more mentally stimulating and can help enhance a child's ability to solve problems and complete tasks. So, which tasks are older siblings thriving in? Firstborns score higher in tests pertaining to vocabulary, letter matching, reading single words aloud, and picture vocabulary. These firstborn kids scored higher on IQ tests from as early as age 1, according to data acquired by the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. Pretty impressive, right? Okay, but what about the younger siblings? Do they have any wins when it comes to birthing order? Of course they do. According to research from the University of Birmingham and Reading, younger siblings are more likely to rebel, meaning they're bigger risk takers and can accomplish a lot in the business world. The study found that the youngest sibling in the family was 49% more likely to go far as an entrepreneur and become their own boss. Who's bossing whom around now, right, little ones? While there are many studies that find advantages and disadvantages among kids and their siblings, no family is exactly alike when it comes to their upbringing. Factors like income and environment can dictate how successful or unsuccessful children are in life. So these results may vary. But what if your siblings who have been raised in unusual situations, like Prince Harry and Prince William of the royal family? Since Prince William is just 2 years older than his younger bro, Prince Harry, do you think he's smarter? While there's no way to know for sure, unless you happen to be buddies with one of these guys, there are hints that maybe Prince William has a tad more wisdom than his younger brother. With the impending birth of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's first child just around the corner, Prince William can probably give them advice about children, since he has experience in that arena. But that's all based on the fact that Prince William has experienced these things first, not necessarily on his brain power. I guess the only way to find out is to put the two brothers head-to-head in an IQ test. Are you the oldest sibling and wondering if you're really smarter than your younger family members? Perhaps you're the youngest of 5 and are sure you've inherited all the smarts in your family. Either way, there are plenty of ways you can test yourself to see if you are truly the smartest in your family. Here are some things that can indicate you're a little smarty pants. You're a worrywart. Do you constantly feel like you've forgotten something? Do you stress every day about whether your family members are okay? I hate to break it to you, but this means you're a bit of a worrywart. While worrying all the time may get annoying to those around you, and even yourself, it can be a sign that you're very intelligent. A 2015 study from psychologist Dr. Alexander Penny revealed that people who worry more scored higher on a verbal intelligence test. People who worry tend to think about the consequences of their actions, which is a form of critical thinking. So if you're worried about whether or not you're smart, keep worrying. You took music lessons as a kid.
Oh!
Remember the days of after-school piano lessons? While you may not have been too happy about them back then, you may want to thank your parents for making you do them. That's because studies are showing that childhood development can be enhanced by learning how to play a musical instrument. According to a study by the Association of Psychological Science, early music education can do a kid a lot of good when it comes to test scores. They found that even 1 month of music lessons can significantly improve test scores in 4 to 6-year-olds. Kind of makes you wish you had continued taking those piano lessons back in the day, right? You're an introvert. Hate going out on Saturday nights? Prefer to binge on Netflix with your cat? No, you're not a loser. You're just an introvert. Being introverted means you prefer spending time alone rather than going to parties or hanging out with a lot of people. All this can leave you feeling exhausted, and you tend to feel most yourself in calm environments. If this sounds like you may be more intelligent than you think. According to the Gifted Development Center, 60% of gifted kids are introverted. It's believed that introverted people tend to think things over more, which is a trait found in many highly intelligent individuals. Looks like spending the night in isn't so embarrassing after all. You talk to yourself. When you're walking around the grocery store or hanging around the house alone, do you tend to talk to yourself? Sure, you may look crazy to the outside world, but this may be a sign that you're a bit of a brainiac. Gary Lupian, a psychologist and researcher, conducted an experiment with 20 participants. He asked them to go into a grocery store and remember all the objects shown to them. Half the people were asked to repeat the names of the objects as they saw them, the other half were told to stay silent. In the end, the people who spoke the words of the objects out loud found the objects significantly faster. This led Lupian to believe that people who say things to themselves in their daily life tend to have better memories, stay more focused, and sort through things with more clarity. So the next time your family members laugh at you when they catch you talking to yourself, remind them that you must have inherited all the brains in the family. You tend to procrastinate. Back in school, you were told that putting off your work was a bad thing. But little did you know it was a possible sign of high intelligence. Don't believe me? Take the brilliant Steve Jobs. The CEO and co-founder of Apple was a procrastinator himself. And according to psychologist Adam Grant, this was even more proof that Jobs was a genius. He explains that when Jobs would put tasks off instead of doing them right away, he was allowing different innovative ideas to come to his mind naturally. By doing this, he didn't settle for obvious, more common solutions to problems. And you thought putting off chores and work was lazy. You're just stretching out that incredibly smart brain of yours. You were the class clown. If you love making people laugh and can't resist throwing down a good punchline now and again, you might be more verbally intelligent than most. At the University of Mexico, a study discovered that humor can have an impact on intellectual capacity and help the brain and nervous system stay sharp. This was revealed after researchers asked 400 students to take tests on various topics and then provide humorous captions to cartoons. 86% of the students who scored higher on the given tests created funnier captions to the cartoons. So if you can make people laugh, it turns out you're also pretty smart. Watch out, double threat coming through. Do you think you're one of the smarter people in your family? Perhaps it's because you're an older sibling, or maybe you're the youngest and want to argue that point. Tell us if you believe this to be true in the comments. Don't forget to give this video a like, share it with your friends, and click subscribe. Stay on the bright side.